Please welcome a comic who was born midway through the last century and has been doing comedy ever since. He's worked everywhere from Maine to California, but he's originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Craig Hawksley.
Thank you. I haven't always been this funny. I used to sell tires, but I got fired for arguing with the customers. People were constantly saying things to me like, tires are tires, man. With a little patience and a coupon, I can get a set of tires cheap. Well, you know what? With a little bit of initiative and a bumper jack, they're free. So think about that stuff. Think about this. Science just invented this drug, and the reason they invented it was to reduce the size of the male prostate gland. But they're finding out it has a side effect. It cures male pattern baldness. It shrinks your head to fit the hair you still got left. Yeah, instead of Alberto VO5, just put a little dab of Preparation A to take care of it. I saw a pair of pants at the big and tall men's shop, size 60-28. 60-28. That means when you're laying down, you're taller than when you're standing up. $60-28. You pretty much have to assume that you have feet. I'm a married man, happily married man with 3 daughters. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I live in the same house with 4 women. So I just pee in the yard. The grass don't grow and the snow don't stick in my yard. Dogs don't stray in my yard. Those boundaries are marked. 3 daughters. 3 daughters. And you know, people ask me if that's a problem for a father not to have a son. And my oldest daughter asked me about it recently. Her name's Craig Jr. She's 12. Her little sisters are 10 and 8, and smart too, you know. Really intelligent kids, like all your kids are too. My 12-year-old reads like an adult, and the little ones are trying to keep up. I remember a couple years ago when my youngest one was in kindergarten. We were all in the car driving under a bridge, and on the wall of the viaduct, somebody had conveniently spray painted a word for her to spell. Then she jumped all over it. Dad, what does F spell? And I could see my little baby sweet face looking at me in that rearview mirror, and I said, cat. And my middle daughter goes, sound it out, Dad. I didn't expect that. When I had kids, I did not expect to have these little clones of myself running around in my yard. You know, with my attitude and my mannerisms. You know, and it's little things. The way the 8-year-old holds a can of beer. And you know what? Kids don't listen. Kids imitate. My wife and I had that point hammered home to us recently. Apparently, we have been arguing a lot in the car about the way I drive. Yeah, and we didn't realize it until we went to the school picnic and we got on the bumper cars with the kids where they got to drive us. Role play 101. My middle kid drove, she drove like me. I sat in the passenger side, I reacted the way my wife does. She was like, and then when she saw me looking at her, she goes, what? The son of a bitch cut me off, Dad. Thank you, Sesame Street. Do you know what, though? They're great kids, and I've never had, well, I take that back. One time I had trouble at school. I had to go up there. A couple of years ago, I had a spelling bee, and my second grader had a little trouble with the word cat. But you know what? I'm still a guy living in the last century. I got to say that. The new cars confuse me. I'm the guy who comes up to the parking lots of the new cars and goes, "You left your lights on." And you go, they'll shut off all by themselves. But there's a good reason for this. I'm the proud owner of a 1969 Chevy Nova. See, I knew you people would understand this. I've owned that car since day one. You guys will appreciate this. Everything on that car is broken. Did you ever have a car like that? This car, I'll tell you what, there's so many things broken on it, nobody but me can drive it. So I'm going to show you, if you ever need to borrow my car, this is what you have to go through every single time you go anywhere. Now you got to take the ignition key out and you got to bend it in your teeth. And then you curve it 3 notches into the hole. Push up to the right and in. Pump the gas 103 times. If you lose count, you have to wait an hour before you can try it again. You hold the gear shift lever halfway between drive and neutral. That window's covered with plastic. And then I go through all that trouble, and then when I get where I want to go, the engine won't shut off. No, you don't understand. I have the keys in my hand, and I am walking away from the vehicle. And it'll just keep running. Like a spoiled child. You know, and I'm not going to turn around because that's what it wants me to do. And the other day, I got halfway into the grocery store. Some guy caught me. He goes, "Man, your car's still running out there." I go, "Well, it's one of those newer models. It'll shut off all by itself in 5 minutes." Thank you, folks.
Craig Hawksley, ladies and gentlemen.
You finally opened for me.
I did, didn't I?
Mom and Dad, I'm at the Grand Ole. Mrs. Hawksley's boy has done all right.